This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Today we are talking about my watch list, so welcome to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, and this episode is my watch list for November. Now, I have said this before, and I will say it again. November and December of any year this year is really busy for me. It's the holidays here, so between the holidays and friends and family and work, I don't have a lot of time to watch anything. But this year, I've kind of come up with a strategy to help with that. I know earlier, I think in another podcast episode, I think one of the October episodes, maybe multiple of the October episodes, I talked about how I always have this dilemma at the end of the year, where in November especially, but November and December, I just have a lot of family stuff that happens now that I live close to my family and I have opportunities to see them and celebrate the holidays with them, which leaves me to not have a lot of time to watch dramas or have to prioritize some over the other for podcast episodes and that type of thing. And I spent a long time trying to figure out what I could do that would help out in this scenario, because this always happens to me. I always have. November, December, I never have time to watch anything, let alone complete anything. I mean, as I said in other podcast episodes, there have been multiple Novembers where I do not complete any dramas because I'm just constantly busy, can't find the time to watch, constantly traveling, that type of thing. Since I have no dramas that I'm completing in November and I'm starting all the new ones, that rolls into December where I start other new ones, but maybe also complete some of the ones I'm watching. But inevitably, when the new year starts, I have a current watch list that is very full. And then come January, I start even more dramas in January, while still dealing with what has been on my current watch list the last 2 months. And I always bring in so many dramas from the previous 2 months into the new year, and so I get overwhelmed when I start January up with 15 dramas on my current watch list, which I normally don't have. I don't like that many dramas on my current watch list. I've come up with a strategy to try and combat that. I already know I'm going to bring at least one drama over into January because it doesn't end until the end of January anyway, and I'm behind on it. I even have to catch up on it. My plan is I'm not going to start anything new and just empty. Sorry, my cat. Can you get comfortable somewhere? Can you not? My plan is I'm not going to start anything new in November, except for one drama if I get access to it, which I talked about in October. That was When the Phone Rings or something like that. And then I also am going to, if I do start something new, I'm going to start the season 2s I have been meaning to watch all year because I rewatched the season 1s. This way, I'm not overwhelming my watch list, and I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone by watching the season 2s I should have already watched. So I don't enter 2025 with 20 dramas on my current watch list. And then I also accomplish my goal of finally watching those season 2s I've been meaning to watch all year. Especially because I've rewatched season 1 or even season 2 to watch the next season. And I never watched the next season, even though I rewatched the other previous seasons. Which means I have 5 dramas to complete by 2025, and I need to catch up on 1 drama to finish it in January 2025. And if I want to watch all of those season 2s I had planned on watching in 2024, that means I have 4 season 2s to complete as well. It'll be interesting if I can pull this off. But that probably means a lot of the specifically airing Korean dramas that I had said I was going to start in November and even some in December, I'm probably not going to start a bunch of them. Or maybe if I do, it won't be in November. It will be in December. It is almost the end of November. And honestly, I'm recording this at the beginning of November. I am pre-recording this episode. I pre-recorded all of my episodes in November for the most part. Except I'm not going to pre-record the wrap-up episode because I don't know what I will finish until I do finish them. I'm recording this early, and I'm actually away from my house, my home at the moment when this is released. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of my plan and because of just how busy I know I will be in November. I am pretty confident that nothing will get off my current watch list except for one drama that I need to complete by the middle of November. I will not complete anything else other than that one drama before this watch list comes out, which is why I'm recording it early, because I just, with the amount of time I have and how I do not binge dramas very well, I am just predicting it is going to take me the entire time just to binge that one drama, because it is a 60-something episode C-drama that I need to finish by the 15th. It is currently now the 2nd, and I have a lot of episodes to watch. One, I have like 3 or 4 on my current watch list that I know I am not going to try and complete until I finish that one C-drama. Once this episode airs, which is going to be November 20th, I think, is what the date I figured that out, I will not have completed any of the shows yet that are going to be on this list. There was no point for me waiting and seeing if I can complete them before I recorded this episode and wrote this blog, because I was pretty confident. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to have the time, and I'm not going to be able to complete anything to take it off this list before this episode goes out. Which also means this episode is probably going to be on the shorter end because I am not adding anything new to it. I don't plan to. I'm not going to have a lot on my current watch list in November because I'm going to try and complete everything and get as much off of it as possible. When December rolls around and I have a little more wiggle room, I can add a couple other new stuff, or season 2s I was talking about, or an airing Korean drama if one interests me. I already know there's one at the end of December that I'm going to binge and try to complete before the end of the year, which I'll talk about in the wrap-up episode. It's also looking currently right now, again at November 2nd, this could change. We have a whole month. Currently right now, there doesn't seem to be as many dramas coming out in December as they are in November. November has a lot of dramas dropping. That could change, though. It is November 2nd. So that is why I'm recording this episode early, because I'm probably 99% confident that nothing on my current watch list as of November 2nd will be off of it by November 20th, because I will be concentrating on one drama and one drama only, and I also just won't have the time between now and then. After the 20th, I will have been able to finish some things, hopefully. Hopefully, after the 20th, I'll be able to at least get some of these done and finished in November. So I'm not bringing everything over into December, because that's not part of the plan. I need to at least finish more than the one drama I'm trying to binge and finish in November. We'll see how this goes, but that is why I am recording this episode early. And that is my life for the next 2 months until 2025. We're first going to talk about Korean dramas. I am currently watching 3 of them. First one I'm going to talk about is What Comes After Love. This one technically is done already. I just have not sat down and watched it. I have 4 episodes to go. I basically waited until the 4th episode, or until the last episode aired, because the angst was killing me. I loved it. On one hand, I love the angst. On the other hand, I couldn't deal with it. I kind of just put it down. I was like, I'm just going to wait until all the episodes are out, and then I'm going to either binge it all in one night, which I don't think I'll be able to do with all the angst that I had in the first 2 episodes, or I'll just like watch one episode a day until I finished it. It's only 4 episodes. Because of the fact I waited, I was spoiled on the ending. I sort of understood what that ending was, but I sort of didn't because I didn't have any context. And I was spoiled on what I was going to watch and what I was going to see and people's reactions to the ending. But I also didn't fully understand it because I didn't have the context of the last 4 episodes. I'm kind of doubtful I'll agree with everybody else on this drama, but we'll see. I'm not positive that I'm going to love it as much as a lot of other people are. It could surprise me. You never know. You never know. But I do have my doubts. Again, I've said countless times, I'm really particular with my romances. I'm sure some people are surprised I'm even watching this. I'm surprised I'm loving the melodrama more than the Japanese rom-com part. On the other hand, I'm really not surprised at the same time. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this so far, but I am loving the angsty parts more than the happy parts. We'll have to see if that continues. I do plan on finishing this though before November ends because it's only 4 episodes. And I can't imagine I can't find the time to watch 4 hours of something somewhere in my life in this month. If I can't, that means I'm going to be stressed. It's just too much if I can't even find 4 hours to myself in the next month. But we'll have to wait and see. That was What Comes After Love. The next K-drama I am currently still watching. I think it ended today or maybe tomorrow. It ends this weekend, I want to say. That is The Judge from Hell. I love this drama. This is my favorite thing I'm watching currently. And at some point, I was up to date on this. I think I'm on episode 7 or so. And I kind of just decided that I couldn't wait for episodes anymore. I waited until this drama's over to binge it because I binged I think I watched the first episode or maybe the first 2 episodes as it aired. And then I was watching other things or I decided I wanted more episodes. I binged like the next 5 episodes or something. Absolutely loved it. Again, I decided I can't wait every week for an airing episode. I'm just going to wait until this is over. By far my favorite K-drama I'm watching right now. By far my favorite drama I'm watching right now, honestly. Now that it is over, as of today, I'm hoping I can binge this after I'm done with my C-drama. I know it's going to be so difficult to finish this C-drama for me because binging is not how I usually watch stuff. I get bored when I binge things. If I watch more than 3 or 4 episodes at a time, I get bored. And I have to watch so many episodes in 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. It's taking me all my willpower to not click play on The Judge from Hell and just binge it all instead of watching my C-drama. But I really need to watch my C-drama first. Was I spoiled on a lot of things about The Judge from Hell? Yes, but also I didn't quite understand everything that was going on, so I was sort of spoiled, but also not spoiled. We'll have to wait and see. Did I really care, though, at the same time? Not really, sometimes, depending on what I was quote-unquote accidentally seeing. I'm still going to finish it, though. I'm also probably still going to be loving it. It's probably going to be one of my favorite Korean dramas of 2024. I love the main leads. I can't wait to see if they actually become a couple. Yes, I'm still at the point in the drama where they do not become a couple yet. They actually hate each other, apparently. I'm aware they do become a couple. I still have no idea how they got there. Unless this drama completely just misses the landing at the end and just bombs, I'm positive this is going to be one of my favorite Korean dramas of 2024, which I honestly didn't see happening. I don't know why. I honestly didn't even see this. I didn't see this pairing. I didn't really see this drama coming down the pipeline. I don't really know. I cannot tell you enough to go and watch this drama, at least at this point, unless the ending sucks. But I haven't watched the ending yet. Again, I do plan to finish this one out before December. This is another drama that is going to go off my current watch list before this month by hell or high water. No pun intended. I will finish this drama before December. The last one I'm still currently watching is Iron Family. It is the new Korean weekender that started in October. I've talked about this one before. This is the one drama I plan on bringing over to 2025. It isn't supposed to end until the end of January. I'm also really behind on it. I only watched, I think, the first 2-3 episodes, and I think it's up to episode, I want to say 10, 15 maybe? No, it can't be 15. What is it? Yeah, 11, 10, something like that. I'm on like episode 2, maybe 3. I'm really behind. My plan is I'm going to catch up and then watch it as it airs. I think that is easily manageable because it's only aired 10 episodes, 11 episodes right now. Hopefully in November, once I finish my cdrama, I can kind of binge those 10, 8 episodes that I still have to catch up on and then watch it as it airs. I'm not trying to watch 36 episodes when it's done at the end of January. I think it's pretty manageable, especially once I clean everything out of my current watch list and I finish the C-drama I need to binge. We'll have to see what happens though. I have enjoyed the first couple episodes, so I do plan to continue watching it. Even if I get behind and I don't get caught up and I am not able to finish it at the end of January, I do plan to continue watching it and complete it in 2025. I'm not that far into it, but it also is not that far into it, so I don't see how I could not catch up and air. I don't know. I like the characters. I like the relationships that kind of are starting to build. The comedy sort of works for me, at least what I've watched so far, so I'm not mad at the comedy. I feel like Kim Jong-hyun, my boy, the reason why I'm watching this, I feel like this is his element. I think he needs to do weekenders. His acting style just works really well with these family weekender dramas. I said this before when they announced that he was going to be in this drama, and I would talked about this, I want to say in my August wrap-up episode. He does comedy really well. And he's done slapstick comedy, but also just the comedy that I sort of like a lot more. And it just fits him really well. So I'm really glad he took a chance and did this weekender. I could really see him transitioning into these weekender dramas and making this his thing. I can see if he did that, I would not be mad. I think this kind of genre and this type of style of drama really fits him well. I'm curious. I've seen a couple things on social media here and there of like scenes and stuff, so I'm curious to catch up and see what those scenes mean, because again, I don't have any context to them. I am behind, but I'm still enjoying it. I actually just recommended this to another person who was looking for a drama that I was like, hey, you like rom-coms? You should probably try this out. And it's only 36 episodes. A weekender normally is like 50. It's a shorter weekender, which is always a good thing. Those are currently the only 3 Korean dramas I am watching. And then the other thing that I do plan to finish before November is out, because as of next week, I think all the episodes are out, and that is the Korean show Road to Kingdom Ace to Ace. I watched the first episode, and then as I said in my last watch list, Mnet, who is airing it, did us dirty and decided not to release any more episodes internationally, so I had no access to new episodes. But I did find a workaround. I did find a way to watch it. Somehow I am not spoiled on this show. I don't know if that's because no one is watching it and because like it wasn't released internationally, or the people I follow on social media just aren't watching it. I don't know. I literally have not seen anything about this show, which is crazy to me. I did see the one thing about one member leaving his group entirely and going into the military. I can't remember who that was, and I can't remember the group. And I know it was a group in this show, but that's it. I don't even know who has been eliminated yet. I have no idea, which is crazy to me. Because usually I am spoiled up the wazoo about these types of shows across everybody who's watching this. So I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they just don't talk about it because they decided to drop it. I'm not sure. But I now pretty much have all the episodes available to me. So I do plan on finishing this show in November as well. I have 7 episodes to watch about this. It's pretty easy binge. I can just like sit down at my computer or whatever and watch it at night at some point. But again, I'm not going to binge it until I'm done with my Chinese drama. And I know I was like talking about doing a podcast episode on it here and there, and I kind of just decided I'm not going to do one about this show, especially because I just have not been able, I didn't have access to it for a little bit, and I haven't finished it, and I'm behind on it anyway. It wouldn't have made sense for me to even do a podcast episode on it, but we'll see how I like it. I'm curious what I'll think of the teams and people performing and who wins. We'll see what happens. All right, so the last one I'm going to talk, well, actually, I have 2 more dramas I'm going to talk about. One is a new addition to my current watch list. I, for some reason, started this in October. It is a rewatch. These are Chinese dramas I'm about to talk about. First, I'm going to talk about the one that's been on my watch list for a while. It is Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty Season 1. Yes, I know. This drama kind of has been on the back burner. I've made no progress. I've watched the 2 or 3 episodes, and I kind of just... Other dramas took priority due to podcast episodes or just me needing to finish them. But this drama is literally the reason why I'm not picking up new dramas, and I'm attempting to finish it so then I can go and watch season 2, especially because they started making season 3, I think a week ago. So I just need to get my butt in gear and actually finish this drama and watch season 2 like I had planned to do in 2024. I just needed to finish other dramas. It was a back burner because I knew I would like it. Like, the thing is, I put things on back burners to like try out other dramas, seeing if I would like it, if I'm on the fence about something, and then I continue to have that drama on the back burner because something else comes up. I don't know, but I like it for what I've seen, so I just need to sit down and actually watch it and binge it and finish it. So that's Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. I do plan on completing this in December. I don't think I'll be able to finish it before December starts, but I do plan on completing it in December, especially if I'm not going to be starting any new dramas. It will be a lot better once after next week. Next week, when this podcast episode comes out, next week, it will be a lot better in my schedule. And the last Chinese drama I am going to talk about is, again, what I said. I added this in October. I don't know why, honestly. Well, I do know why. I do know why I added this. I'm rewatching Danger of Her Season 1. The reason why I'm rewatching it is because Season 2 came out of nowhere. It fell out of the sky and was like, we're premiering right now. I was like, man, I was going to watch this, but I was going to watch season 1 first because I have no idea what season 2 is about. No idea. I know they changed the cast. I don't even know if they're the same characters. So I need to watch season 1 again just in case season 2 is connected, because I do not remember season 1. It was in 2020 when I watched it. And I remember it being pretty decent for a crime drama. I'm currently rewatching season 1 so I could watch season 2 just in case they're connected. The cast is completely different, but just in case they're the same characters. I don't want to dive into season 2 because I barely remember season 1. I remember some scenes. Some scenes I vividly remember, but overall, the story in general, I do not remember. I don't remember who has a crappy husband versus who has a crappy boyfriend, that type of thing, or who doesn't have one at all and is just helping out, you know? I'm rewatching Danger of Her. I'm hoping I will rewatch season 1 and watch season 2 before 2024 ends. That's the goal here. So we'll see what happens. But that's everything on my current watch list. Again, I'm planning on getting rid of 3 on this by the end of the month, which gives me a week and a half to finish 3 dramas. or 3 things. One's a Korean variety show. But of the things I plan to add to my current watch list, if I finish these 3 things and if December doesn't have a bunch of dramas coming out, I know in November there are 2 dramas I absolutely want to watch, and that is and again, I'm talking like this is November 2nd. The Trunk I want to watch, which I plan on starting. That airs at the end of the month. So I plan on starting that if I have a handle on my current watch list right now. If I can at least get 2 of these 3 things off my current watch list, I will probably start The Trunk. Also, what is that called? It's like phone rings, When the Phone Rings or something. Let me look it up quickly. Yeah, it's the Korean drama When the Phone Rings. Currently, on the 2nd of November, I don't know where this is supposed to air. It says, I know it rumored to be Netflix. If that's confirmed at this point of when this episode comes out, I probably will be watching that as well, because that was, other than The Trunk, that was my most anticipated Korean drama of November. I'm probably going to add those 2 to my current watch list if I finish my C-drama and get some of these things off. I don't want to add too much and then have these things floating until 2025. The other things I plan on starting, because as I said, I have 4 season 2s I want to watch before the end of the year. I mentioned one already, Danger of Her season 2. If I finish season 1, I'm going straight into season 2. Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty season 2, I also want to complete. Alice in Borderland season 2. I rewatched season 1 in like a single night / single weekend in October. I need to watch season 2. I rewatched it to watch season 2, and I haven't clicked play on season 2. So I need to finish that before the end of the year. And then Squid Game season 2. That airs at the end of December, so I definitely am watching that. If I get done with all of those, I want to start Judge D's Mystery, which is on Netflix. It's supposed to get a season 2. It's unclear if season 2 is coming out this year or early next year, but that C-drama has been on my list forever to watch. I know I've mentioned it previously. So if I get all of those complete and off my watch list, I will probably start Judge D, but I'm not really confident I'll get to that before 2024 ends. So that's everything that's on my current watch list. I feel like this is a good strategy for me. Hopefully it works and I get what I want completed before 2024 ends and I'm not entering 2025 with 20 million dramas. I'm trying to be really strict, especially in November, because I know in November I'm just swamped with stuff and there's no way I'm going to be able to watch a lot of stuff. I know I'm hoping those three, the Road to Kingdom and the other 2 Korean dramas, What Comes After Love and The Judge from Hell, I'm hoping I can finish those by December, because I think that will really help. And then I'll just work on other stuff and get stuff off my current watch list. If I can ideally just get down to Iron Family and maybe one of the season 2s that I hadn't quite finished, I would be happy with that. I would be really happy with that. But we'll have to see what, because like in 2025, I already have things I plan on watching due to the podcast, my podcast, as well as guests. I already have a list. Caitlin, you have to rewatch these or watch these by this date. So I need to plan that out. First world problem. The hardship of running a podcast is watching dramas and having to plan them out 6 months to a year in advance of when you're watching them. But I really hope this works out. I really hope I can use this strategy in the future, in November and December. In October, finish a ton of dramas and get them off my watch list, and then use the last 2 months to finish out dramas I didn't watch in the year, get a list ready for the new year. There's so many dramas in 2024 I didn't even get to, like Flex Cop, and I know I've been saying that for a while, and I know there's a season 2 of Flex Cop coming out, and I really want to watch it before season 2 comes out. So I'm really hoping if this strategy works out, I can use it in the future to not feel stressed around the holidays and still make content for you guys and things to talk about. And then maybe next year when we get to this point, I can put out a poll of like, ones I should watch by the end of the year. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe October is what I plan to get stuff off my watch list, and then come November and December, I'll like put out a poll and say, okay, we're getting to the end of the year. What crime dramas have I not watched, or do I need to watch? Like that type of thing. Maybe that's the plan. We'll see. We'll see how this works first. Because if I go back to what I normally did, like eventually these things would never get off my watch list. I'd inevitably put them on the back burner, and then they'd stay on my current watch list for months at a time. And then I'm stressed in January because I have like 20 dramas I need to complete, and like I want to start the new ones. So I'm hoping this plan works. I'm hoping this works out for me, because it will be fun for you guys, to have me watch these dramas that if I do the poll and you're like, oh, okay, can you watch this crime drama? It'd be fun for you guys to have me watch a crime drama that you watched during the year and you didn't have anybody talk about it or something. I'll tell you one thing. If anything, one, this is going to be a really short podcast episode because we're about to end. But two, in November, if I finish the 3 dramas that I say I'm going to finish by the end of November, it will be the shortest current watch list I have. I don't think I've ever gotten down to three dramas on my list before. I think the shortest I've ever gotten was like 4, maybe. Maybe it was 3. I feel like 3 is my lowest number, but I'm not positive. It was small. I know I've gone small before, but I feel like 3 is the smallest. Either way, it will be the smallest I will have on my watch list in a while, like a long time. But I'll be curious if I actually can pull this off and can finish and start everything I plan to. The good thing is with December, it's a lot less hectic. It's November that gets hectic in my life. December is a lot less hectic, except this year it's not, because I have a lot of one-off things that don't normally happen every year that is happening this year. So December might be as hectic as November this year. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully this plan works. And then I can use it in the future, and then we can do polls and you can tell me what to watch in December, because I maybe I'll binge some things before the end of the year. I don't know. But that is my current watch list. I know I'm recording this early, but again, I do not see how I'm going to be starting anything new before this episode comes out. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I talked about stuff that like I've been watching for months at this point, but again, that is why I'm doing my strategy. I need a clean slate. I would feel really bad if I enter January and I'm still talking about some of the things that have been on the back burner. And we start this year with a clean slate. That's always a good thing. And I feel like I'm going to start kind of doing this 2 or 3 times a year, where I work to do a clean slate, because it always helps me out. And I always like adding stuff to my watch list without already having 8 to 10 dramas on there. Thank you for listening to this episode. I know I rambled a bit. I kind of was all over the place, but what did you start in November? What did you finish? What are you currently watching? Let me know what I should watch. Anything that really grabbed you. There were a lot in November I was interested in. I'll be curious if I just wait and start them all in December. I don't know. We'll have to see. But thank you for listening to this current watch list episode, and hope to see you in the next one. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is NoSleep, the number 4, dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.